Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Age of Wonders Planetfall. So I think I mentioned in the last video that I might play on a little bit to advance the game slightly, because early on the game, once you've kind of got used to the systems, the early quarter, I'd say, maybe third, is not busy work exactly, but it's creating your upgrades and creating your armies and doing research, and other than the things you've probably already seen, not a lot happens. So actually what's happened is I did make a video, and for some reason, it happens to us all, the sound didn't set properly, so it was completely useless, and so this has advanced slightly more than I imagined, but actually it's not any wild loss. I will tell you from what I remember what's happened since the last video. In the video with no sound that I can't use, I moved my colonizer over here and I made a new colony, as you do with a colonizer. The reason I moved it there was, one, because it had to be further away from this existing colony, and also there's a thing here which is a teleport, and that's useful because you can obviously teleport to different locations, and it will show you where it goes. So this one doesn't go super far, but they can be useful. Obviously you can use that to go to another area without crossing the sea. And the sea, as I've said before, you have to take an extra turn just to embark on your craft and then disembark, so it wastes a lot of time, so that would be useful. Also, as with all these kind of things in games, any place where someone else can access quickly is something you don't really want them to have. So what I mean by that is, if you see a teleporter, even if you're not going to use it yourself, and you may not, it's best to have it, because then you can stop somebody else using it or beaming in there. And what I've done in my own off-video playthroughs is, when I found one, I don't know if I've ever found one in the videos I've done for the channel, but anyway, I've used it, made a sector surrounding it so it's in my sector, and then what I've done is I've gone to the other location, which is here, and just sent a scout through it. As long as it's unclaimed section, there's no obvious reason not to. I've also claimed that, or built a base there, because what that means is it basically stops anyone who, maybe the AI players are here, or one of them's here, stops them from using that to sort of automatically beam into our sector. So it's something to keep in mind, but it's definitely something you kind of want to encompass in your empire if you find one locally. So I did that. At the moment I've got one of my leaders' armies up there, just investigating what's down in that area, because that's where we're looking to expand next maybe. I found another anomalous site which I've been excavating, and it was actually kind of a three-part one. So it had the usual uncover, break through some rocks, break through some ice, something like that. And then there was a door where it said you can either take 3 turns to carefully unlock it, or you can break it open, and I chose to take 3 turns to carefully unlock it. And it turns out that it was lucky, because there was lots of devices that were defense mechanisms, and whether they would have triggered and what that would have done, I don't know. But I decided to play safe, which I think was a good idea. And now, again, I'm disconnecting the mainframe, and there was an option to disconnect the mainframe carefully, or do something, pull it out, or jump start it, or something that was a one-turn option that was much more quicker. And I thought, well, if there's a defense mechanism, that's not going to go down well. So that's actually taken quite a lot of turns, but is what it is. Also, we've got one of our leaders and an army heading to do a mission there, and we've got 3 turns left to do that. and we're hopefully going to reach there in time. So yeah, a few things happen, but I think I've covered all the main things. Obviously there was a few little battles and things like that, but nothing radical. So we'll just proceed on with this. I considered carefully whether I wanted to try to take over the Hotel Cauliflower. Very strange name for a hotel, anyway. But I decided that it would probably be a bit of a wipeout. And although you can go back and reload a save for the purposes of a video, it's not going to be ideal. So I decided not to at the moment. I might at some point. I might do it off camera, but anyway. So we're going to go and I think we're going to kill those with our army there. Anyway, so I was at the end of a turn, so I shall end this turn. But yeah, I was saying in the last video, and I think I've said it in other previous videos about this game, and it's not a criticism of the game. This kind of game, and I liken it all the time to Solaris and Total War games, and even the Age of Empires games, and they're all kind of different, but they all have that kind of where the early part of the game, it can be a third, it could be a quarter, it could be a fifth, it doesn't matter. But the early part of the game is building kind of to get to where you want to get to. You're building research, you're building buildings, fortifications, whatever it might be, armies, gathering resources. And once you know what that system is, then the beginning of the game is not in a bad way necessarily, but it's kind of busy work because you just got to go through this bit to get to the bits later. And even if you wanted to take a very aggressive view in this and you wanted to attack the AI players as soon as possible, and that may not be a bad strategy. It's not what I do, but that's not necessarily bad, because sometimes, I'm sure in Total War games, I used to attack different factions quickly when I saw they were still weak. Although it was slightly more easy in those games to see whether a faction was weak. But anyway, even if you wanted to do that in this game, you still have to build an army, because you start with like one army and one leader, so you wouldn't be able to do it quickly. So there's no real way of skipping that early kind of grind. I don't know, I don't like those words because it makes it sound like the game's doing something wrong, but it's just part of this kind of game. And you know, I really enjoyed Total War and Stellaris, and there was a lot of grind in those. So okay, so we've got quite a lot of things we can be doing now. So clicking out of our other army. So first things first, we've got an army. See if we can take over any of these. That's quite maybe. Yeah, that one. Okay. They ran away. We got some energy because they ran away. That looks like some free stuff. What is that? Production stash. We'll have that in a minute. All good. There's no harm when you see this stuff. I mean, it's never, you can see with that, it's not going to be some amazing amount of items, but if you see free stuff, you might as well get it. There's no reason to not. I mean, if you see that kind of icon where you've got that kind of glowy thing over an area which is with no enemies, it's free stuff. And if you see it out in the middle of the sea and it's going to take you a turn to board a vessel, sail over there, another 2 turns, pick it up, come back, another turn to disembark, then probably don't bother. It's not worth the hassle, and you might get attacked on the way. But when it's right next to you, then take it. So I'm going to attack, I think I was going to attack this one now with this art. Yeah, we'll kill them. We bought a extra bug to use, because although we don't need it, it's always handy to have replacements. Okay, that's good. Oh, our bug died. How? No, it was a replacement, but it needs replacing, so yeah, it happens. But we got a new weapon. We'll take that. As I said in previous videos and the video that didn't get used, I'll always take the stuff you pick up because it's always good. and you'll need it, because it's not like some games where you can kind of make your own research and make your own weapons. You make your own research and mods, but you don't make your own weapons. So you'll need to pick up, and the ones you pick up can be good, much better than the ones that your leaders come with. So until later game where you may have got a very good tier 3 weapon or vehicle, etc., or you may have got duplicates, I would always pick up the stuff, don't sell it. So we've done that. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, and now we're going to go here. Now, this is a bit risky because I don't know what the strength of this is, and I couldn't build that army up in time because it was quite an awkward journey across the mountains. I couldn't build that army up anymore, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. Oh, luckily it looks like it's a small... Okay, so that's lucky, because when you get these NPC faction quests and you get that little glowy football like FA Cup, World Cup trophy above it, and you won't know until you kind of get there what the strength of that's going to be. And I've been to those where it's been a full army, 6 units, and they've all been strong, and it's been like 900 plus power, and I've not had that amount of power, and it's been bad. I've had to run away sometimes or fight and die. But luckily this one is a low level one. So that's that. We've got something we can do here. And we're going to... I think we're going to build another unit actually, because that army needs another unit, and I like to have... Actually, I think we'll upgrade one of our... Where's our... Let's change what we're going to do. We're going to upgrade one of our... We've got enough Cosmite now. Let's upgrade one of our other units with some mods, because we really only modded one of our units at all. Vorpal Sniper, I like those, so we'll upgrade this. The animations in this game are really good. So cloaking implants I like. Ocular detection, vision range. That sounds good for a sniper. We've got anything else we can use as a... What's that one? Okay, that sounds good. And that... Oh, that's not good. Okay, if we do that, we haven't got the Cosmite to model the units up. We still haven't. So what we'll do is we'll just do that and we'll save it for later. I planted. Okay. I know you can change the names of these templates, but I don't really see the point. But it is what it is. If you want to do that, you can. So we will make one of those, but we're not going to upgrade the other ones because we haven't got the Cosmite. Cosmite is a very important asset. Okay, so we're making that. We're going to fight that next go. We've just killed that. That's all good. What's that about? Oh, we're doing that. I forgot that. Yeah, okay, we're doing that. Yeah, okay. We received a proposal from Ebra Quetzal, and I'm probably saying that wrong. Sounds Mexican. A pact of non-aggression. They look like someone we can trust, don't they? Yeah, we'll accept. I mean, with these things, which you get in all games, again, Stellaris, Total War games, etc., you get these things where they offer you pacts of non-aggression, and they don't mean much because they'll quite happily attack you at a later point. So it doesn't mean a lot to do that. It's not like a military alliance or something, so I'll just accept it because it doesn't make a lot of difference. I mean, it means they probably won't attack us yet, but it won't mean anything long term, so that's nice. If that's what they want to do. It'll give them a better opinion of us, and it'll probably mean it takes them longer to decide to attack us, so okay. Where are we at now? Okay, so now we're at the point, combat in progress. Like I said, that combat in progress you get, it's not us, it's one of the AI players fighting either another AI player or an NPC faction, so it doesn't affect us. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attack this, whatever that is. It's some weird looking thing with some bird things. Okay, we'll kill those, which we've done. That'll make them happy, and they give us another, I'm assuming that's a mod, and some food. Thank you, that's really nice of you. Yeah, blah blah blah. Wildlife destroyed. Okay, that's nice. I think we will begin to head home because we will. Paragon faction demands it. The problem with this is, we'll just give them the credits. Like I said, it's a balance with them because you don't want to annoy them, because although you want to, you can get really, it's quite funny actually, you kind of get fed up with them demanding things, because who the hell are they, and they demand this and they demand that, and you think, I want to fight you, but actually it's not beneficial to really fight them, because you never know when the AI players are going to start attacking you, and fighting the NPC factions doesn't really benefit you. Yes, you can get some of their like these bases they have and that, but equally you're obviously going to use up quite a lot of resources, and the NPC factions, although they're weaker than the AI player, they have a lot of little armies all over the place. So once you end up in a full-blown fight with them, you can see that they've got armies here, they've got there. This is just in this one little corner, they've got like 4. So although on their own that army on its own is 969, so power. Some of them are small, but they, all in all, they have a lot of armies. There's another one there. So they've got like 5 armies just in this one corner. So it can become quite draining on resources and armies and everything if you're in a fight with them, let alone if you end up in a fight with both of the NPC factions, or if an AI player decides to attack you. So it's not something to just take lightly. So you kind of want to appease them, however much it sticks in your throat, as long as you can, because then later on when you end up in a real battle with the AI player, you will want to refuse their demands, and the more you've built up a goodwill, the longer it will take them to want to fight you. Let's see. Okay, so we've got something we can do here. What's that? Okay, so we've got a unit there that I just made. There's one I made earlier, which I'm going to send up there to join up with this. I know I said I'd go and pick up that free stuff, but I think we'll just merge our units because that one's a bit short on units. See what we can do. Recreational dome, that sounds nice. Keep people happy, give people what they want. So there's another of that Spaces faction. They have things all over the place. They don't really have one exact territory. They can be one side in one sector and then not in another sector and then another sector somewhere else. So same with these Paragon ones. You can see they've got a whole little array of things, and yeah. Okay, so we got offered another leader. I'll have a look at that in a moment. Okay, so we have our they can't really go anywhere. Yes, we know that one. They've just merged. They won't be able to do much. Okay, so let's. we've not got to the point of finishing that. Here we could build a forward base. Yeah, I think what's there? Let's see if we want to build a forward base. Oh yeah, there's a few things, and we've got enough influence, or as I was calling it, green circle, to do it. And like I said, the reason to build forward bases is one, because it means the more forward bases you have, the more sectors are in your claim kind of vicinity, so you can claim sectors that are near your own sectors. So if you've got a forward base here, that means it's going to allow us to want to claim these ones and all these ones. And also, more obviously, it's a defence point, so if the enemy come from wherever they come from, they'll have to take over each one of these bases en route to attacking your colonies, because as with Real War and all other games, they won't want to leave gaps behind them where you could have bases. And also it's a good place to, if you've got an army and you've got a forward base near there, you can fall back into the forward base if you're struggling, because they had their own, like that one's got 480 of colony militia, so they've got their own little defence force which can help you out. So what else? We finished one of our research things. We can do intelligence gathering. Yeah, we'll do that one. What else have we got? Teixnoid. I can't say that. Doesn't sound like I could change that name, but anyway. What do we want to do here? We've got our energy sector upgrade is good, because we've not got an overabundance of either energy we've got stored or what we're making, so that will be good. That one can't move, I just tried. JDX can annex its first sector. JDX is that one. Let's see what sector we can annex. I will annex that one definitely, because that's got a teleport station. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we just did that. Thank you. Okay. And so far we've not really encountered any area of AI player. And even when you do, it doesn't really, I'll tell you this from all my different, what's happening here? You know, some marauders are attacking one of our forward bases, okay, whatever. They like to, oh, one of our colony militia got killed, anyway. I think the colony militia, if they get killed, they just respawn. You don't have to do anything. I've never done anything anyway. Even when you do find the AI players, and I'll tell you this from all the different playthroughs I've done myself, it won't really help by telling you what their strength is, because yeah, you might see the edge of their empire, and you'll see that they've got an army, and you can kind of click on the nearby army, and you might be able to see that they've got certain amounts of units or certain strength units, but number one, you won't know if they've got another army somewhere where you won't know that's got a much higher level unit. But more importantly, I think this is a game where the AI players win by numbers, and I think I've said that before. You can have a large amount of very high leveled armies, but they'll seem to always have a lot of units, and that's the problem, because even if you keep killing them, they'll seem to have a exceptional amount of new units coming in. So that's where they win, and you won't know they've got that, and I don't know whether they're making them all the time. Like I said, I'm not quite sure. I don't know, I'm assuming the game, they have to go by the same rules that we do, but they seem to be able to spawn out a lot of units where it's very hard, because you've got to pay for the upkeep, you've got to use cosmite, you've got to use energy, you've got to do the research. So how they manage to have so many, I don't know, but that's how they usually win. They win by numbers, not by the fact they've got any more amazing unit than you do. At least that's in my experience. So we've done our core base mainframe disconnecting. We disconnected it carefully and we can use it as our own. We get a Dominator network controller, which is probably something cool. It's a unit, I think, and we get some research. Okay, that's is what it is. That's what we got. We'll see how good that is when we get to combat. So it's another free unit, so that's all good. Okay, so we are here. It's just another Spaces faction, which we don't want to stop attacking. So we're here. We could go that way, which might be the way we'll go. Yes, there's a free thing there. It's a free energy stash, but it means going to sea, so you've got to turn to board and then a turn to disembark, and I don't really want to tie up that unit for that army for 3 turns just to get a small amount of energy probably, so we'll leave that. We'll have to move them somewhere. This one is going back home because they're not overly strengthened and they've been a bit damaged. What are we doing here? Oh, military actually 6 turns, that's a lot. But we don't really need anything else there, so we could build. Okay. And it's like, again, it's like all games like this, Total War, you know, if you've got different cities, it's probably useful overall to have all the cities can make all the units, because if you've only got a couple of cities that can make certain units or the elite units, then when you come to a war, you won't be able to make them in all the same places. You may need them either, so you may be at a war here, and if these 2 colonies can't make certain units and they have to come from way over here or something, that's going to be not ideal. So we've got another thing here, and we'll obviously do that one because it's the only one left to take 0 turns actually, so we'll do that, and we've got it. Toxic applications, phase manipulator, energy blaster, that sounds good, we'll do that. Hero, join, he looks cool. Don't know what that weapon is, it looks like a claw, but like I said, we haven't got we won't let him join because we haven't got 250 energy, so he'll have to wait, and hope he waits. Now that's happened to before. It can be, you know, as you go on with the game, everything costs more. Colonizers cost more, heroes cost more when they come along, and it's quite feasible that you won't have the energy to build one or recruit one or whatever you want to do. So that's a problem, and we're not making you see we're making +7 at the moment, so that's terrible. So what we will do, we've not got any free settlements that aren't making something at the moment, but we'll look into that. Okay. We've got them. Yeah, we're gonna go and do something a bit proactive up there. There's quite a few random marauders wandering about. What's this? Sanctum of Creation, that sounds lovely. Well, wouldn't mind that. Okay, we'll look into that. Upgrade your hero. 16 points. And like I said, it's very hard to know what you get a lot of points for. I mean, this is the one that just did the uncovering of the anomalous site, but you wouldn't think that warrants that many points, but obviously it does. I'll give them that, although we may have missed the boat on that bit. Now this one is useful because this this one's already got a vehicle. It doesn't mean you have to keep with a vehicle. If they've got a vehicle, you can remove the vehicle, but it's always useful to have at least one of your leaders, heroes, that can use high-level vehicles. You get tanks and things like that, and so as we've got a lot of points, we'll give them that, because that's always useful to have when you find a tank. Flank. Hero gains first strike. I like that. That sounds good. We won't be able to do anything with the other few points anyway, so that's nice. Okay. Oh, we've got another research thing. Intelligence gathering. Even though I've done that in only 2 turns, and as I said previously, all these research things, military and especially the social ones, they won't really matter until you get to the point where either you're at a war and you need a particular unit, or B, you've got a social problem, which means people are starving, people are unhappy, and then you'll start looking at which tech you can use. But until that point, you're just going through the motions of researching as much as you can, unless, as I said, you want a particular unit or a particular thing that you know in advance from playing before that you really find useful. So that's that. Okay. We're on turn 47 of this, and I can tell you from my own Empire playthroughs that I've easily got to a turn 90 before I've had to get into a battle with an AI player. It's not always been the case. Sometimes it's been a bit earlier and sometimes it's been a bit later, but this is not. We've still got time to do what we want to do. We still haven't. Oh, we're making a lot more energy. I'm going to call it electricity there. I suppose it is. Right, so what I'm going to do now is we'll do what we can do here. I don't think we need to. We've only got one. We can make a unit, but we don't really want to. So here we'll just build some more military infrastructure. We're going to bring this unit round there, with the idea of going across here and maybe attacking these. I know we're sort of joining up, but that's kind of the plan, because then there's sea over here anyway. So here, what we're going to do, we want it a free area. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a reactor core. And I said previously that in each colony you can only make one of these. There's a biofarm for food, and there's that one that does industry production, and that one that does research, and this one that does energy. And I always hold off on doing them until I kind of realise which thing I want, because you may that may change, and unless you desperately need one or other, there's no point. Usually I might make one research early on, but other than that I'll leave them. But now I think we really kind of need energy. So I'm going to make that one into a what's it called, a core, a bio core something. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, we've got this unit that's going to come there, and they're going to join up with that one, which is fine. That's full. Here we could make another reactor core, but we don't desperately need to. We've already done one, so I think we'll make a botanical gardens to keep people happy. And as I've said, in all the games I've played in this, all the playthroughs I've done, I've always found that the thing I've run out most of is energy, cosmite, and the other things, production, food, even research. I'm obviously researching slow if you haven't got research, but I haven't really had a problem where I suddenly desperately needed more research, and I haven't had a problem where I've needed food or production. That may happen. I've had problems where I've had less happiness, so I've had to build botanical gardens or those kind of things. And I've had an army unit that was unhappy, but I wasn't quite sure what to do about that because I don't know what you do if an army unit's unhappy. I don't know, give them more food, okay. Okay, so we've got, yeah, we're still using too much energy because we're not making enough to recruit that hero, and that hero or that leader's going to run away in a minute because they're going to get bored waiting, and I can't blame them. I'm sure they've got heroic things to be doing somewhere else. So we're going to see what's here that we can kill. Yeah, we'll kill that. At least we'll kill that next turn. And following with that idea, we'll bring, we could, I don't think we can even, you know, we can build a forward base there. And when you've got a, oh, we can't claim an uninhabited sector, so apparently we can't build a forward base there. So we won't. But I'm all for joining up all your territories with bases and sectors, because it just means that the enemies can't get in between you and block off your movements once you're in battle. We've got this army here. What's this? You know, let's go. We'll have a look. We'll see whether we can attack that. At some point with these structures, where you need to enter, you have to kind of take a risk, because you're never going to have an army that's like double the strength of them. So at some point you're going to have to kind of go with it and think, okay, let's just try. We'll send that there. What else have we got? Ah, okay, so here I want to make a random unit. That'll do. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to make a random unit that I'm going to send through the teleport to find out what's over the other side. The reason I'm not sending an army is because I don't know what's going to be there. It could be a, you know, that there could be some massive marauder army that will kill us, and we don't want to die. There's them. What's this? Is this just going to be coast? Yeah. Mind you, wouldn't necessarily hurt to. Okay, I'm gonna send that unit to sea, because they haven't really got a lot else to do, and then I'm going to think about attacking this and maybe taking a few of these coast sectors. Again, the coast sectors don't have much going on, but it's just more protection that someone's got to go through if they're going to come and attack you from the sea, because they've got to go for all your sectors. So we received a proposal from Celia Varju. I'm assuming it's not going to be a marriage proposal, but we'll see. They want to offer a non-aggression pact as well. They look stern but trustworthy. Actually, let me just check before I accept that or not. Let's see if they are. Celia Varju. She's a pacifist. We don't know what her traits are. Okay, well she looks alright. And like I said, there's no harm in accepting these. What it will basically mean is that they're less likely to attack you in a hurry, because their opinion of you will go up, and it won't mean that they won't fight you at the end, because it's a game of winner takes all. So at the end they'll have to fight you, you'll have to fight them. But at the moment it won't hurt. We've got another thing we've finished, and then we'll just do that because we've got nothing else. What's that? Let's just check. Orbital relay exploitation. Let's just make sure there's nothing else we really want to do here. Okay, let's just do that and get it out of the way. That's that. That's that, that's that, that's that. Okay, next turn, please. But yeah, as I said, this is a game. It's a game to drop into. I think it's like it's for me. It's a good game. There's nothing wrong with it. I like the game as it is. Like there's a few little bits I described early on in a different video that I don't particularly like, but it's very well done. It's a good game, but it's not a game I personally would want to sit here ongoing for like hours and hours and hours just doing this kind of busy work, because that's kind of what it is. If you do this, and so I just quit out of this game now and started again, the first hours, the first 50 turns are going to be very, very similar. So it's a game for me that I would drop into almost like I do with these videos. Like I'd play like 45 minutes or an hour, just build up a bit more of my busy work empire building, get a bit more resources, get a few more bases, a few more colonies, and do it like that. I don't think it's a game I would want to sit for like 50, 60 turns just doing ongoing. Maybe there'll be a day when I would, but it's not like a game that I'm going to want to sit down over days and days doing this all the time. Although I am very eager to see where the Revelations DLC goes and what else there is with that, because the only thing we found so far is those anomalous sites. So we are going to go to here. Oh, can we? We can claim that base, but it's a coast, and coast isn't very interesting. So I think we'll just build a forward base, as you do, and then we'll go and attack that. I don't know what else is going to be worth. I'd like that sector, but again that's a Paragon sector, so we'd have to fight them. We'll attack these and hopefully win. That's good. We got some food, which is nice. Someone's always hungry, and we'll probably look to attack these next as well. We've got this army that's, sorry, that one's going to go there. I'm just going to see what the odds are here. Yeah, we'll do that. Like I said in this game, don't be 100% reliant on these attack power statistics in this bit where it says low risk battle, because sometimes that can be misleading. But I've done that kind of battle and been wiped out, and I've done battles where it said high risk and I've wiped them out completely. So we'll do this. And we won, and we did kill them all, and it was low risk, and we got a soldier. Sometimes you do get odd units, and we got some production stuff, and we've got that, which gives us happiness and extra food and extra production, so that's very good. And we just want to claim that sector now, really, which we will do next time. So that's good. Let's see if there's anything up here we want to claim. Yeah, we might. You have a cap on your influence. I think it's about 210 or something like that. So it's always worth, when you've got a lot of influence, green circle, as I called it before, then it's always worth using them, because there's a point where you can't get more, and you might as well have as many sectors as you can get. There's no downside really to that. So I've got one I found. Spacers want us to do a quest. What do we get? There. We'll do it. We've got a lot of people not doing much at the moment. It's that kind of mid-game kind of exploration-y building, but not a lot going on. And we're still not gonna get that hero. We're gonna have to do something about energy production. We might have to go and let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're gonna. It's overdrive reactor. As I think I've said before, I'm not one of those like micromanaged settlement people. So unless a settlement, and that's in any game, Total War, even things like surviving the aftermath, things like that, I'm not one of those people that's really on like that settlement's going to mean that workers switched there and that's going to cause one less happiness. So I tend not to mess with things like this and create buildings or situations that are going to change the status quo, because I don't know whether it's going to be good or bad, so I won't. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave this video for now because I've done quite a bit. We're still building that unit to go to the teleport. We're going to try and take over, well, make a forward base there. We've got some NPC raiding going on up here, so we've got stuff going on. I may play on a little bit to get it to a slightly further point, but hopefully not as long as last time. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care.